No, I'm not wearing any makeup. Yes, I'm wearing my PJs. Yes, I still have a bit of bedhead. Whatever. Today's Sunday, it's my lazy day. So, yeah. But I feel like talking to all y'all. Now, on this channel, as you probably noticed, is where I make my shitty videos. I feel like talking to the internet, and Facebook drama is not my thing, and I don't use other social networking sites because internet's boring sometimes. I mostly just watch videos on YouTube. YouTube is my social networking site. So, I was on Facebook just now, and I saw a bunch of dumb posts like 90% of people marry their high school lovers. Repost this now, and you meet the love of your life, blah 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 blah. And I was like, hold on a second. The girl who's posting this is in her 3rd year of university. What? Because it was like, don't repost this, worst week starts. And then like I'm seeing tons of things about cancer, and it's like, you're an awful person if you pass by. So many people are going to pass by and not repost this, blah blah blah. One, posting things on Facebook does not cure cancer. Donating money to research and, you know, that sort of thing so that more scientists can put more effort, because you need money to do anything in the world. So that will help cancer. Also, I don't do any of this stuff for supporting cancer because, I mean, enough people are doing it. But what do I use? What do I support instead? Because no, I'm not heartless. I'm like, fuck you people with diseases. I'm gonna sit here and do nothing. No, I go more for diseases that people don't often support, such as AIDS, as a prime example. And I just want to say an interesting social observation about that particular disease. When it comes to cancer, you're a victim. If you're fighting it, you're brave, and cancer people, they're the heroes of society. If you have cancer, almost you're treated like a hero, and everything else. And it's this huge war against cancer that everyone's fighting and everything else. But if you have AIDS, you're dirty. It's your fault you got it. You should just die anyways. You're the scum of the earth. That's at least how they treat people who have AIDS or HIV, because you're a homosexual. That's the worst. Even though yes, in about I think it was the 70s, the highest percentage of people with HIV/AIDS was homosexual men, but now it's actually I think if I remember correctly, correct me if I'm wrong, it's African American, or as I prefer to say, black women, because of the of the women. Well, yeah, African American, not even correct. Mostly African women because of the plight that's going on down there, and women having to support their family. All they can do is sell their bodies, which is really sad and really horrible that happens. But anyways, so spread is rampant. But thing is that people get cast out of society if they have HIV/AIDS, but it's not their fault a lot of the time. Yes, like I said, the things that they have no other choice, they have no other way of making money other than to sell their body, because they have no chance at education, and they are like 14 years old, and they have a family to support because their parents died. Like they're in a horrible situation, and you shouldn't be condemning them. Which is also why I disagree with the Catholic Church saying no condoms, because they don't have much of a choice. You could have rape victims, you could have people who withheld their status, or they could get HIV/AIDS not from having sex. It's transmitted through blood as well. So a friend of mine, his aunt died of HIV/AIDS, or sorry, she died of AIDS. She had HIV first, of course, blah 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 blah. But anyways, she died of it, and as soon as people would find out that she had it, they would treat her as disgusting and as an outcast and everything else. You know what? She was a dental assistant. Yeah, meaning that someone got a cut in their mouth, they coughed before she managed to put her goggles on. She got blood in her eye or something. I'm not 100% sure because he gets too emotional to tell me details, but he said, but the most he'll say is that she was a dental assistant and she got it from a patient. There's no way, like, it happens that someone else's blood gets into your system, and you might not even know about it. Like, say someone with HIV/AIDS might not even know it themselves, is your chef, and he accidentally cuts himself. It gets into the soup or something. Yes, I'm taking that from the first issue of Chew, only because it popped in my head, blood getting into someone else, but it's another thing altogether. But, yeah, like, if you can it's not your fault if you have, it's an illness, it's debilitating, it deserves to be searched for a cure just as much as cancer. But the thing is that there's this, the society says cancer people are strong, they're, you know, all this other stuff. AIDS people are dirty and it's their fault. Diseases aren't anyone's fault. No one is, okay, no one is a worse person because they have a disease. Now, I'm not talking about, you know, behavioral things or addictions. I'm talking about something that is completely separate from the mind. Just, you know, an illness, a disease in your body. You're a victim if you have a disease in your body. There are things you could have done to prevent it. Sometimes it's just you could have no way of knowing. Like, for example, if you're a doctor and you get your patient's blood in you from some accident, say you get a cut on your hand and the blood gets interacted with before you can patch it up, or it gets in your mouth or any other orifice, or any situation. Someone, you know, you're a good Samaritan helping someone who's bleeding on the street and it gets in your system. That person happened to have AIDS. It's not your fault. You are being a good person by helping that person, and now you're treated as an outcast because of it. Like, and if you have AIDS, there are treatments for it, and so you can continue a semi-normal life. I mean, they don't have a cure yet, so there's not much that they can do. But the thing is that people think, oh my God, you have AIDS, get away from me, you're gonna give me AIDS, you're gonna give me AIDS, get away, get away! But in reality, as long as their blood or sexual fluids do not get into your system, you're not getting AIDS. Like, really, that's really the only way it can be transmitted. And that means that it can't be transmitted through saliva either, so I wouldn't recommend sharing toothbrushes, because if you get a cut in your mouth, he has a cut in his mouth, blah, blah, blah. Kissing is a little iffy there, too. I mean, there's high-risk activities, there's low-risk activities. You can read all about it. But, yeah, I'm kind of sick of everyone being like, cancer this, cancer that, and I'm like, there are other diseases, and not just even talking about HIV, AIDS, any other disease someone gets sick with. There's not nearly the study for it. There's not, like, there's so many other illnesses that you can get that can be just as fatal, if not more so, that get no attention whatsoever because everyone's so focused on cancer. And cancer sometimes is your fault. Like mouth cancer, throat cancer, and lung cancer if you've been smoking, skin cancer if you are addicted to sunbathing. That's totally your fucking fault, yet you're still treated like a hero because you have cancer. People be stupid. Yeah, so basically, I think more attention should be put to other illnesses because cancer is actually pretty much, we're almost at the cure. Like, we're really goddamn close, and if we catch it early enough for a lot of cancers, it can be taken care of. I mean, we don't need much more funding and research done into cancer. We're getting pretty damn close. I'm hearing all sorts of studies, like there's this new thing that came out a couple months ago where it reduces cancer by like 60 to 80% or something. I don't know all the details, I can't remember the name of it, but anyways, there's this, so they, I mean, they're getting really, really close. So if they cure cancer, will you please start paying attention to the other diseases that either have no treatment or cure, or only have treatment that it doesn't even cure it and the person ends up dying anyways, it's just more comfortable for them. I mean, that's how a lot of people end up going, because there's just no awareness for any other diseases. Why is cancer such a big deal? Like, why has cancer been glorified so much and other diseases haven't? Every other disease, the person becomes a dirty, sick person, but if they have cancer, I guess because cancer isn't contagious, so they're the only ones that their loved ones can stay by them. And people are like, oh, they waste away because of it. You can waste away from any disease. I guess just because that one's not contagious, so you're not, you know, dirty. So people are more willing to look into it. Cancer patients aren't alone when they die. They have their loved ones nearby because their loved ones aren't scared of the disease. Which is sad, that these people have this debilitating disease and then they're cast out by their family and friends for something that's not even their fault. I mean, that's really sad. Something to think about. Anyways, bye.